I hope this worked because the internet has been so slow, it might be really clunky.
It's been down that time.
Yeah, like Saturday.
Okay.
Okay, it's 4:01, April 13th. I call the city council meeting to order. Please stand.
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Well, okay, first thing on the agenda is approval of the city council meeting minutes, July 23rd. Are there any changes, additions, deletions? Oh,
No.
I would entertain a motion to approve the July 9th city council minutes meetings.
I make the motion to approve the July 23rd.
Oh, I read the wrong date. July 23rd.
Minutes.
Okay.
I second the motion.
All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Reports. Kurt.
Okay, fire report. Last Tuesday, we sent a crew out to New Bridge area for structure protection. They did real well. Sunday, we had a structure fire here in town, and it went real well. Talked with Powder River Fire Chief today. He would like to have me run it by you guys. Automatic mutual aid on structure fires. So if I had something going, he would automatically come to us, or if he had something, we would automatically go to him. We have the same tone, you know, when he gets a tone and I'm on red Sumter, I can hear what he's going on. The automatic thing's a good thing for both districts, for sure. We're gonna have a small repair coming up. One of the primers on one of the trucks is the little starter motor type thing is locked up on it. Take it back over to Island Electric and see if he can repair it or not. It's a 42-year-old truck, so it's gonna have stuff.
Do you have to take the whole truck or you just?
No,
take
just
the part?
already got it pulled apart, just
Okay.
need somebody to take it delivering. Last one he did was $55.
Okay.
And then just a quick question for Rob. At the end of the month, when you're putting everything together, are you ever thinking that what in the hell are they spending all that money on? Since you do so many fire departments, are you going, you know, they did pretty good this month?
Oh, I don't know.
I didn't know how to word it.
I don't know, I have to dive in there and take a look, a little harder on what the fire department's spending on. But what I've seen, I think is fine, I mean, as long as it's covered by the grant, because that's what most of your expenditure is.
Yeah.
I haven't actually compared what your budget in the grant is compared to what's in the financial statement.
Yeah, okay, yeah, because if I needed to cut somehow, it would just be training, you know, and I can't really cut there, so I was just wondering, you know, compared to North Powder or something. If you're looking at-
The hard part on that is every single fire department is dramatically different on its revenue streams.
Sure,
And this one really has very minimal revenue streams except for subsidy from general fund. Whereas North Powder sends teams all over the state and has fire revenues coming in from the state regularly. They bill for freeway and other things like that. And they actually get in there. Additionally, they also have their own tax base. And so they get money directly from there. They also have a contract with the city of North Powder, which pays them. And so, I mean, you have to structure your expenditures in any fire department to what the revenues are. And this one operates dramatically more cheaply than North
that's
Powder.
all I need.
Okay.
Okay, So I guess what we
Can I
need
dovetail on,
is
on
that
Kurt's comment?
Kurt?
Yep, that's it.
Okay, 'cause so I need to have us address the automatic mutual aid. Does everybody have more questions on that or
No.
comments on it?
Could I offer a little input?
Well, I don't think there's any question on it.
Well, I'm just gonna say that it just cuts out some of the handshaking between Wes and Kurt.
So, I would entertain a motion to, have an agreement with the Powder River, is that what it's called?
Powder River,
Powder
yeah.
River for automatic mutual aid.
He's already taken it to his board, and that's the way they would like to see it go, is us be
So,
automatic with them.
I make a motion that Somerville Valley Fire Department has an automatic deployment agreement with the Powder River for structural fires.
I'll second it.
all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
So Kurt, isn't that typically written up in agreement? Okay.
So we'll
So
get an
you
agreement from,
probably need to sign.
yeah, we'll get an agreement from, are they writing up an agreement?
We talked about it today, I was told Wes I'd propose it to you guys today, and that you may wanna have Paige do some, if she wants to write it up, or, Wes would probably, he would probably write it up, or have Cindy write something up, and, or one of the board members, and,
Okay,
and can do that.
yeah, why don't you have him write it up and then we can look at it.
Okay. Yeah, it might be something he writes up, she looks at it and may want to reword part of it, or clarify on something.
Okay, thank you. Okay, moving on. Gaslin's report.
Well, let me apologize first. Technical difficulties prevented the budget to actual report from getting printed for you guys today. Obviously, no over expenditures for 2 months in, but really just once off. So anyway, there's that. We'll remedy that next time. But we do have your cash statement
Yeah.
right here we're looking at. I do have one amendment. On the listing, it says that we're writing a check for $475 to HECO. We're actually writing it to Hatch Company as the invoice text. Other than that, we just have Core and Main is the really big expenditure for the month. That was $13,000 for the fire hydrant and water parts. And then just pretty much typical ordinary expenditures for everything else on those. Now, our cash balance, we've got $326,000 to our name right now. And as Matt and I were discussing earlier, we thought it would be prudent, and I agree with him, to just remind everyone that we lost about $40,000 last year. So, sorry, fund balance went down about $40,000 actually. And I brought this up during budget time, just a reminder that we are bleeding cash still, and have been for a while. So just keep that in mind. Well, what that's attributable to is various things. We do have grant projects, so we're not looking at it on a budget, on a fund basis like we do in the budget, but just overall, cash balance is down about $40,000 from what it was.
Any other questions for Rob?
No.
That is all.
That's it.
Okay. I would entertain a motion to pay the bills as presented with the one change that had to come in.
I make a motion to pay the current bills, we're gonna change for the final check on the Hatch Company.
Do a second.
I'll second the motion.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
They were this way.
Okay. Okay. Okay, next thing on the agenda is a ground refund. So this was for a wedding and we're refunding the deposit. Claim fee. Is that what it was for, Matt?
Yep.
It's good. I know I didn't do this. Okay, so the 200 cleaning fee will be returned to Curtis Lundy. Any discussion, questions on that?
No.
Entertain a motion to refund Curtis Lundy his $200, ground refund.
I'll make a motion to refund Curtis Lundy the $200 deposit for the grounds for the wedding. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? You said Daryl was on his way?
Yeah.
So I'm going to go out of order here, because I want Daryl to weigh in on one topic here. So, just so everybody, remind everybody, this candidate filing deadline, for if anybody has decided to sit here at the table. So Matt has paperwork, and you have to have your paper in by August 27th.
But you need to get it in earlier so they can verify signatures.
So give yourself 2 days for that. So that's coming up. Daryl. Okay, then we have a zoning permit for 171 Auburn Street. Fence. I think it meets all the setbacks. Any discussion, questions?
18-inch standard for a setback?
That's mostly for the buildings and stuff on a fence, you can put it on your property line.
Okay.
Yeah, on the fence, you can go from pin to pin, except for on a corner lot, he's not on the corner line. He just.
Yeah.
Do that.
Any other questions?
No.
I entertain a motion to approve the fence for.
How high is it? It's not over 6 feet, correct? No.
Matt, did you tell you like,
I think I've seen it.
It's not 6 feet.
yeah,
Not even.
I make the motion to approve, the fence, for 171 Auburn.
and you have a second? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. And Ah. That's okay. We kind of moved on, but you need to dig down in your packet a little bit. So we're down to American Tower proposal. As everybody knows, we've been dealing with American Tower for the last year or two. They have, hey, John, have any chance?
Mhm.
Okay. They've been having discussion with the city's attorney for maybe a year. She's not being very far with them. So we have a proposal. She has a summary. They've given us 2 options. We're right now looking at the third option, which according to her memo is the better of the 3. And would be a lump sum of $157,000. And they want a 99-year lease. And her suggestion was that the lump sum is better because in 10 years, 20 years, we don't know if they're gonna even need the cell tower. So this way we have our money, and then if they take the cell tower down in 15 years, we have our money and don't have to worry about it. There are a few things that she does not like in their contract, so she's still negotiating with them. So I guess what we're looking for is a discussion if we want to take the lump sum, if she can negotiate the other issues. One of them is if they want, an agreement that, the premise would, that they're leasing, they wanted the entire tax lot. Well, no, they just have a small part, and that's, I don't think we can get them any more than that. And the other one was that, where was it? They didn't want anybody, they wanted the ability for us, or they want us to say that we will not let any other structures be put on that lot.
Structures or cell towers.
Well, the difference is, I guess if you say cell towers, I'm ready here. Anyway, that property was bought for ruined, and I don't see that we're ever gonna build anything on it. So I think, isn't it
I
pretty,
wouldn't think that you're gonna put a house or anything.
anything on it?
You know.
So that request is feasible because we aren't planning, we bought it specifically to use it for our sewer fluid.
And haven't they been, I know it's been quite a few years, they started coming in a long time ago. Haven't they been wanting to keep reducing what they pay for rent?
Well, yeah, that's,
Rent on that, so it's getting lower and lower now.
that was option one, they wanted to give us a $10,000 bonus or signing, $591 a month with a escalation of 2%. But then they have all these rights to refusal, and there's a lot of underlying language on there that Paige wasn't liking. And then
Mayor?
on the option two, there's $20,000 and $566 per month with a 1% escalation.
Maybe just gonna make a
Okay.
comment.
Okay, Paige.
Yeah, the provisions that I identified for you that I have a problem with, those are in your current lease. I mean,
That's okay.
those are, yeah, that's your current lease. They haven't sent me any paperwork. And what they've done over the last couple of years is my understanding, they've just unilaterally reduced the rent, the rent payment. And I've talked to them about that, and they assure me that the lease provides for them to be able to do that at the end of, because the lease is actually 5 terms of 5 years apiece. And they assure me that they can do that, but that's not what the lease says. They just continue to unilaterally reduce the rent. I think they will continue to do so. And so I don't have early on, they sent me some documents that were designed to be indicative of what they wanted to have in place. But they have not sent me anything in support of their current offer. The concerns that I expressed in my memo, those are things that are already in the lease, that are a problem that I'm going to want to be aware of if we decide to take them up on their offer. But the concern that I've got is this thing is just going to whittle down to nothing, and they're basically going to dare us to do something about it.
Okay, did you hear some of that? We have a call over speaker on the computer.
Yeah, I don't know, it's not working.
So I guess what we need today is, would we prefer to take a lump sum and have the city attorney go forward in trying to negotiate this?
I should probably
I know they
preface
made
that.
several attempts to talk to her.
I think they started coming in 4 years ago and trying to keep giving us lower payments and lower payments, and it was too low to begin with. But I don't know, the way electronics is progressing, I just don't see where they're gonna have cell towers. You know, in 99 years, they'll be obsolete.
Okay.
I
So,
like the
So my question would be to Rob.
Yeah.
Out of this money, this goes back to the general fund, and we're short already.
Yeah,
So this would be a real good thing, because as council should know that I believe that next month in September, we have a greater payment coming out.
yeah.
So this would be a big plus.
Greater payment for our general fund, yes. Just the cash balance. Same advice I gave when this first came up in
Yeah.
2019 or 2020. Is yes, do this. You guys, it's $500 a month or something like that.
yeah, fine.
It's budget dust. Then you get 150,000, talking about something you actually want to put right now, and the city has needs right now. Same advice I gave to Prairie City when they did this, and there's much more valuable than yours, obviously, but I think they got $500,000 out of it. But obviously it's a more valuable site. So anyway, yes, absolutely.
So this money would be earmarked for general budget.
It's not earmarked, this is just has no earmarking, which usually goes into general.
It just goes into general
Yeah.
fund.
Council could designate it towards something if they wanted to. That doesn't carry any legal weight, because then subsequent council can override it, but you could at least put an earmark on it if you want.
My only thought to this is because we're having consistent shortfalls in sewer and water in our budget, that we may be allocating some of it to that down the road may be necessary.
Just sewer and water.
Yeah.
My only hesitation on that, and hope the rest of the city doesn't hate me for saying this, with water and sewer, you actually have the ability to raise rates.
Mm-hmm.
And so you can actually get more money in the general fund. You're pretty much stuck with the tax rate. So, and you can choose to transfer any amount of money you want on a yearly basis from general fund to any of those other funds to subsidize them.
Right.
It doesn't really work the other way as well. And so,
But we would have the funds in the general fund if we follow what we've been normally doing or have been doing consistently, we would have the funds to offset. So we don't have to do a change to our budget to cover that shortfall like we did this year, right?
yeah, the budget governs expenditures, and so you may end up having to expend those dollars. You may end up having to amend the budget, but that's not. Hopefully, we won't have to extend them. Hopefully, we can stick to the budget that we want. Yeah.
Yeah.
Any other questions? So what I'd like to do is have a motion to make the decision that we want to get the lump sum if the city attorney can, negotiate favorable contracts for us. And that way it gives her the option to tell her we could rotate the lump sum, and then she can see what she can work with them.
And it will get brought back to council again, so we can vote on the final.
Mhm.
So this is just the
This is
proceed.
just a proceeding, okay.
Yeah,
Want to make a motion as stated?
That we are going to, we would take the lump sum if they negotiate a reasonable.
Right.
I'll second. All in favor? Aye. All opposed? Are you in favor?
Oh, yeah, I'm okay.
Okay, I did.
Sorry.
So did you hear that? Did you hear that? We're gonna go forward?
Did you hear that page?
Yes,
Oh, now we
Yeah.
can hear her.
I found the.
yes, I
I
will. I will caution you folks, I have spent vast expanses of my life on the phone with these folks that I will never get back. It's on occasion, it's like talking to a wall. This MD7 is the agent that American Tower has authorized to try and negotiate these, or at least get us to accept a proposal. It's very frustrating to me because oftentimes I cannot get an answer to a question, a simple question. These folks clearly don't have any authority to negotiate any contractual provisions, and they won't give me the name and phone number of anybody that does. So this is going to be kind of a work in progress, and to a certain extent, we may have to compromise on a few things. My preference would be to just sell them the lot if we could and get it out of our hair, but we can't. So the goal would be primarily to limit to limit the impacts on our ability to use it, the remainder of the tax lot, and go from there. And I'm assuming you just want the money up front. You don't want to try and work some payment plan with them. Quite frankly, I don't recommend you do. I lack confidence in their good faith, given the way that they've gone about handling this. And I think you're better just taking your money and giving them their lot, and everyone goes in their separate directions.
Yeah, I think
But
that's.
there's going to be limited flexibility. They're going to want to use their documents, and we're probably going to have to identify what our most important provisions are, and then hold our nose and just sign off on the wins that we can't get them to budge on.
Okay,
so Charlie, they can't That's just a rock, no, they wouldn't put spray a fluid up there anywhere, because it wouldn't go anywhere, so
Right.
that section's useless spraying. Yeah.
Okay, well, I guess you get to try to talk to him again. So,
I'll get on it.
okay, thank you. Okay, sorry, here, I have all kinds of notes on here. Oh, I have a change over, an addition to new business. Well, they're working on the water tower, they're hoping, I think it was next week, they're gonna have the new tower put together, is that what you said?
We're hoping by the end of next week that our new tower should be up. They got 2 more sections to put in it. They went out to go look at it today. So it should be done they were thinking the end of this week, but for sure it should be by the end of next week.
Yeah, and then they'll fill it up and start testing it. And then, but because we're still waiting on some parts and stuff, I have another change order here for Hiko. And for M2, we're looking at, they're going to fix the upper tank, which leaks. So looking at fixing that 1st of September to mid-September after the new one's online. So we have a change order for both of them. What it does, it increases Hiko's bill 11,005, and it increases M2's to 17,600. However, we have money in the grant to cover all this, so this is not out of our pocket, this is still all grant money. But we have to do these orders to meet the grant requirements.
So why are we paying them more? Why are we paying an increase of 17,000?
And two, because they're waiting on, we're extending their days.
So we're paying them to extend their.
The
days?
grant's paying it, yeah, because they're waiting on parts and they're waiting on, they're waiting on,
So we pay them for downtime?
no, this is doing other stuff.
Oh,
No, this is just extending because they thought the tank guys would be done by now and they've got another week. And then they have to fill and test the tank, then they have to go up to the upper tanks. So it's all getting just pushed down the road a little bit because of parts and getting the subs up here.
It looks like most of it's parts.
Yeah. But most of the parts, they're waiting on the manholes, the new valves, some new core stops.
I guess it's
So
still
the
don't fall.
cost factor
Why are
actually-
we paying extra because they can't get their parts? Why are we increasing their price 17?
Because it extends their contract another 30 days. Their completion date is 39 days.
So we're paying them extra because
We're not
they.
paying them extra, we're just paying them, their time,
Increase.
yeah, they have to do an increase because they're gonna have to hold their crew over for 39 days to do more, and continue doing the work. They're working 410s.
They
work
failed,
410s.
they failed to make this in this time frame that they bid
Yeah.
for. So every time that they do an extension, it's not for free. We get to pay it, but it's coming out of the grant.
Well, I realize that, but I guess.
And the same thing,
Okay, got it.
Yeah.
Hey, hey,
but the thing is though, we get to pick up because Hiko now is not gonna be done within this time frame, so they go out further. So every time everybody goes out further, there's dollars added to this. It's legitimate why we're going forward. I mean, because of waiting on parts and stuff, it's just part of, and it's in the contract that we all signed.
My mind works backward. I dock them. They didn't get their items.
well, it's just like we can't even get our generator until
The
November?
generator won't.
They ordered that a year ago, when they first started this.
Was fixing the leaking tank in part of the original contract?
Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
so after today's meeting, that's what they're gonna do, is they're gonna take the new tank, once it's up,
Mhm.
they're gonna sanitize it. They believe that because of the sanitation, they're gonna fill it. It won't have to be drained as long as it doesn't leak. Once that's done, they're gonna take our big tank offline as far as water coming in. So the city will be using that water, not just pouring it out of the old tank. Once it gets down, they'll drain the rest of it. And then they're gonna go on the inside of that tank and seal it up because it does leak. And then re-sanitize that one, and then we're on the way to go. And while this is all being done, that's when the fence gets put in and everything else has to be put back up there at the same time.
Is the fence,
So both tanks should be up and running online long before this project's done.
because the roofing's 2 weeks out for the
That-
pump house. They're working on the pump house right now. The roofing's 2 weeks out on that. The electrical will be in the pump house next week. And then,
Cause on the electrical side, everything will be wired, everything will be in. The switch gear is already here for the generator. The only thing they gotta do is after they get done with the tank, then Tracy Wilson and we'll go up and make a pad for that new generator to sit on. And once that's done, the only thing that has to be done is the wire from the generator into the switch gear, and then you're done.
Well,
So everything will be wired up, ready to go, and it's nothing to set the generator down and hook it in the cord.
just not still understand, what happened to if they didn't make their deadline, that they had to pay us $1,000 a day because they
because
didn't
we
make.
extended,
We
So
extended,
we're manually extending.
no, we extended it a month or two ago.
but
Because
they had the legitimate reasons.
it's a legitimate reason.
In our contract that we have signed, there are stipulations of things, shortfall on product is one of them.
Mhm.
So if they have to wait for a product, it's not really their fault, it's society, so therefore it all trickles downhill. They know that they're at this point and we need to extend this. If we don't extend it,
So that's part of the contract.
yes,
Okay.
They have to have legitimate reasons. This is why, we have HECO look it over and recommend it, make sure it's a legitimate structural reason that they can extend. Daryl, you have a question?
Well, I was gonna say, it says right here, according to ECO, it's because of the, combination air release air vacuum valve assembly, that it's not working properly, it was installed incorrectly, it's leaking. They have to redo all that, so that's for your $17,000.
and this is the old stuff.
This is the other thing they ran into, when
Right,
they started digging up stuff, they found stuff that they didn't even know where it went to.
yeah,
And they
And
still,
so it's extended it because they're running into all these
Yeah,
issues
so
on the
that's right here.
lines. So that's why they're, and like I say, because I questioned people over the first task if we really need it, and they said yes.
yeah, it
So-
says right here, it was
Yeah.
discovered the cause of the inoperable valves was due to their improper mounting condition, their weight over the substandard service pipe they are connected to, which through time has resulted in breaks and leaks.
So,
Also
they,
found with existing air relief valves, don't have any type of shut off valve, that's where you sort of from the water.
Just
Yeah.
needed it clear in the brain.
yeah, well, that's okay, no, that's why we're here to talk about it, it's just, they've run into some really weird things up there, so it's we kind of knew.
Well, I didn't think it was gonna run smooth.
Well, I don't know, it's been smoother than we thought, but it's just,
Same thing when I work on the RV park, I'm running the same thing all the time. That's
so,
done right.
Sherry, any questions?
No, makes sense to me.
Entertain a motion to approve the task order number 3 of HEPO and 2.
I'll make a motion to approve the change order 3.
and I'll second it.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Then, old business, there wasn't anything, I am going to bring something that's kind of old business. Our old street signs are disappearing and we haven't put the new ones up yet. So please don't be taking the street signs down,
I didn't
the
take
wood ones. No, I'm just saying.
Oh, no,
it's-
I keep looking at me, I didn't take them.
Because we
Not
still
yet.
need those signs, if our guys go out on a call or Baker ambulance comes and the street sign's been removed because you want it, it could be detriment to somebody. So if you have one, put it back up. Because, and because I've had people requesting them. I had a lady come in the other day Hannah wrote no, which one she wanted and dated it. I have a folder for who wants what street signs, but please don't take them down until the new ones get up. I mean, this is, we need them. So
Are we even gonna decide if we were going to disperse them or keep them in the city
I
somehow?
think we decided we were going to disperse them. And that's why I'm taking names with lists of what they want, because we aren't gonna fight over street signs. But it seems to be a major happening. So, just please. Counselor comments, Daryl, anything?
No,
Marcia?
No, I'll get my name on the list.
Okay.
It's street sign.
Oh.
Kurt, do we know when we're gonna be able to start putting the new ones in? Do you have an idea?
After fire season.
Okay,
Okay.
before snowflake though, right?
Sure.
How far have they gotten on the locates? Have they even started that?
Oh, yes, they've located 10 sites.
Sure, you have,
No comment.
Okay, that's one. Okay, as we all know, the big subject in town is about possible sale of hotels for homeless or soon to be homeless people. Everybody needs to chill a little bit. Reached out for LOC to get some guidance on it. Reached out for the city attorney to get some guidance. Talked to the commissioners. I mean, this is something that it's going to have to be handled under land use. So we all, city council people, we need to start reviewing ordinances, review our zoning, and this is the way it's gonna be handled. So, I'm surprised this hasn't come sooner. We're gonna work on it, but I need everybody just to kind of not get so stirred up, and we're gonna have some public meetings as soon as I can get answers from, the League of Cities, from the city attorney, and some of this data together. And we look at zoning, we will start having some public hearings and maybe some amendments to our ordinances. And this is all gonna happen like in the next few weeks. We're gonna start pushing. So I want, if everybody just kind of take a deep breath, because we'll try to keep everybody updated on it. But we first have got to get figured out legally what we have and what we need to stop this. So, we're all concerned. Let's work together and not get everybody stirred up and start going off different directions. We need to find the legal way to handle it. Public comment.
I make the motion that we adjourn.
Okay,
Second.
all in favor? Aye. Thank you, everybody.
Aye.
Court for you.
Thanks.